Say.
Well, yes, I met her several times to interview her for a book I was doing. She told me she was born on 13 July 1929,
Mm.
um, and she got married to, then Freeman in 1945.
Okay.
She performed the Hajj, to Mecca with him in 1964. By sea and overland, and because that was the, period, before the, the advent of air transport,
Okay.
for the Hajj.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, she was a strong supporter of, Alhaji Safariman.
Okay.
But she also stands out as a great supporter of the cause of women and children. And during the time she spent, at Government House,
Okay.
number 1 Marina, as it was called, now called State House. When Safariman was appointed Governor General in, February 1966, as you rightly said, as the first Gambian, Lady Fanta, suddenly found herself, in a position where she really had to now, imbibe, if you like, the, protocol and the, of being, an occupant, of number 1 Marina. And the following year, in 1967, when the Queen, knighted her husband,
Okay.
she had to again, because they had to, she told me after the night ceremony, they had to have a dinner, with the Queen.
Okay.
And, she told me that, she had to undergo, like a lot of, if you like coaching, how to meet the Queen, when to shake the Queen's hand, when to talk to the Queen and when not to talk to the Queen, how to, touch the crockery and the cutlery, at the dinner, But despite, she was able to imbibe, the finesse, of protocol, needed, to be the first lady,
Good.
of the Gambia between 1966 to 1970.
Now, Mrs. Ceesay, you mentioned that you interviewed Lady Fanta, to be precise, for your book that was entitled Masters and Servants, A History of Chiefs in Colonial Gambia. Now, how did she receive this?
Well, apparently, she was so eager to talk to me. It looks like she told me people hardly go there to ask her about the past. She said people come here, to tell me that there's a naming ceremony, there's a wedding, there's a funeral, So, it was quite refreshing that, somebody went to, talk to her about, her very, very interesting past.
Okay.
And we spent hours and hours over 3 days. She was a very, very meticulous, keeper of records. She had all these family albums,
Okay.
dating to the 60s, and she had a very, very, photographic memory. For example, you mentioned in the introduction her, role in women empowerment. She said after she became First Lady in 1966, she became also like the honorary president of the Coroner Society. Now, this was a very, very important women empowerment movement, in the 60s, which, spent a lot of effort, to raise funds, for, scholarship for girls, medical, attention and so on. And she served in that position, until 1970. And in addition, she also, brought up so many, like children at number 1 Marina. In fact, she told me, well, at number 1 Marina became, more like a compound.